They all had their abaci out last night looking at the league table. Ian Fraser needs but a point to guarantee his place in the top 4, and Eddie Scharf, a top 3 finish, would secure his seat at the final. Juha Helppi, on the other hand, needs one of the top 2 spots, but at least he's guaranteed a top 8 seating. The same cannot be said for Kenna James, who will be looking behind him more than in front. 4th or better would be enough. And Andy Black needs just a point, but both could be gazumped if the Devilfish pulls out a win. This is it, the Last Chance Saloon. Everybody a master of their own destiny tonight. And Roland DeWolf, who do you think is under the most pressure right now of these 6?
Ooh, wow.
Well, I think if you look at the table, it's Dave Devilfish Elliott. It is his last chance saloon.
He needs to win.
He needs to win. He knows what he has to do, but one mistake and he's gone.
But the table might set up well for him because guys like Andy Black are just looking to not get knocked out.
It's a difficult situation if you're Andy Black or Kenna James. You're looking over your shoulder, praying and hoping that Dave Devilfish Elliott doesn't make it through. But at the same time, they want to get through themselves. It's just being caught between the devil and the deep blue sea.
I mean, even you might not have the discipline.
I think Ian Fraser goes into the category of people who have improved a lot as the event's gone on. He may have looked around and seen the names around him, the World Poker Tour champions, the European Poker Tour champions, the world champions, the bracelet winners, and said, well, I've seen these guys on TV, and now I'm sitting next to them. And at first he was a little bit in his shell, but, you know, he's grown in confidence and stature with each game.
The fact that he's won 3 heats from 5, amazing statistic.
I would have gone all in.
Raise 7,000 total.
You had a chance, you got a flop.
And
Flop you wanted.
it's interesting that Fraser has gotten aggressive against the fish. The fish has been so aggressive. Would you almost advocate a limp trap here?
Full on. It's such a nice hand, I can't throw it away.
Well, this way, he knows that if he hits, he's going to get more money, but he is running the risk of, when they both miss the flop, as players do, the fish will take it.
Look at that. Fraser raised with the ace-queen. Guy got called by the fish in the big blind. The flops come 6, 6, 7, and he's check-folded.
3 to a straight.
How tight is that?
It's tight and it's weak and it's handing chips over to the Devilfish. I don't like it, but the league table dictates a lot of the play at this stage.
This is a league format with points awarded based on the players' finishing positions. There's 8 points for first, 6 points for second, and then 3, 2, 1 for third, fourth, and fifth. A big goose egg if you get knocked out first.
Pass.
Would Ian Fraser play these queens?
Last time I'm
Or are they
gonna
going in the muck?
Raise to 7,000 total. Pass.
Problem is when you play that tight and you get queens,
You only get action from these hands like this. This could end everything right here.
I wonder what Eddie Scharf's going to do when he starts finding good situations.
We raise to 21,000.
Oh, mate.
And that's one of Ian
Pass.
Fraser's queens. He's going to... Is there any way he can avoid going all in here?
He's skidding on black ice here. He just hopes that he doesn't hit a tree.
He knows Eddie Scharf is the tightest guy at the table.
I can't see how he can get away.
It's 14,000 more.
Give me it, bro. I'll play it.
Roland, this is like going to the candy store
21 in
and
total.
21 total.
not being able to eat anything at all, says Ian Fraser. I mean, strategically, should he dog these?
It's a very tough call and a very tough spot. I'm surprised he hasn't at least pulled off a flop.
He might try and put Eddie Scharf on
Call.
ace-king and call.
A low flop here. And Ian Fraser is in a lot of trouble.
Fraser clearly doesn't like him. Scharf has got him hooked. Wow, I think Ian Fraser might be able to get away from these now. 3 aces for Eddie.
Check.
Yep.
Check.
So it's kind of a mandatory check from Scharf. How's this gonna go?
$25,000.
You might as well have told him
Pass.
about 2 kings or queens. You might as well have told him that. Check it.
Wow.
When he checked
Roland, was that scared or impressive?
guaranteed.
Ian Fraser
Be careful about
just hit the jackpot. The jackpot was Eddie Scharf improved on the flop. The ace saved Ian Fraser.
But what do I do?
Welcome back to the PartyPoker.com Premier League Poker, or the Devilfish Show.
Devilfish is the playground bully, and Eddie Scharf is watching from afar, laughing as the other 4 players get their heads punched in.
Pass.
Yeah, I mean,
Fudum.
if you look at the standings here, in some ways, the Devilfish is working for
Pass.
Eddie.
He is. He's
Raise
Eddie's
to 10.
henchman.
Roland, I think that Ian Fraser has just folded ace-king in early position, and the Devilfish raised with a 5-7 offsuit. What is going on?
Call. Pass.
This is like creamed corn here. This is not a poker game.
Ian Fraser, astounding everyone with his tightness. It's all tactics there. They're not just playing the cards, but they're playing the situation. But I think Ian Fraser
Pass.
may have misread his hand there for a 4-7.
Same on.
It's not often you see ace-king passed 6-handed in a format like this.
Wow, these guys' minds are gone to mush. Everybody thinking about what's going on the leaderboard. And you got to give this pot to the Devilfish now.
Check.
Why didn't he bet it?
$17. Pass.
Oh my! Roland! What? I mean, you can't really be calling a raise with ace-king if you're better off like Ian Fraser just folding the ace-king, aren't you?
Well, last time it worked for him, but you have to hit the flop. And he hasn't varied his play much. He's played the same hand twice, and once he's hit it and once he doesn't. And the fish knows that if the other players don't hit the flop, the pots are there for the taking. He's going around their sandcastles and kicking them over and stomping in them. And he doesn't have anything to lose because it looks like he's going to be grounded already this evening. Ian Fraser looks like his chair has been electrified with 30,000 volts. He really doesn't know which way to turn, so he's just going to sit there in shock and take the medicine. And I think he's incapable of playing a hand at the moment. It's probably best for him just to fold because he just doesn't know what to do. He's not been in this situation, and he's got a lot of points through some fantastic play so far. So it's just wait around and see what happens.
I tell you what, he just folded without looking at his cards.
Holy cadoly.
Has Ian Fraser left the building?
Where's 12?
I mean, You Are Helpy is a cardboard cutout, but we think one might have replaced Ian Fraser too.
What is Helpy thinking?
Actually,
Scharf is raised with the eights. Helpy's got a 5-7. Clearly, he's playing all situations here.
I was going to get you drinking. He says, no thanks, I've got one here.
But,
Oh, this is strong play from You Are Helpy. He knows that Eddie Scharf's not coming back without a hand. He knows he's got a tight image, and he knows that there isn't many people to act behind him. But Eddie knows that he's out of position, so he's going to have to act first on the flop, and there isn't really a good flop for him without an ace. If it comes low, he's in trouble to a bigger pair, and if it comes high, then it could have hit Juha's card. So he really has either to re-raise or fold here. He can't pull off a flop.
tell you what, situationally, Helpy has been the class of this table.
He's going to throw it away.
But the fish is rather demob happy. He knows that he's got nothing to lose. He's on death row, so it doesn't matter if he breaks into his neighbour's cell in the middle of the night and steals his porridge. He really has nothing to lose. He's got 24 hours to live, unless something very dramatic happens, and he's fighting every which way to ensure his survival.
And who is the governor that's